I don't feel good today. Wah. But I am so glad to be home. I was gone all last week to a conference I was speaking at a special mastermind for Alan Belcher, a UFC fighter who is now a marketing guru. And so I was speaking to his amazing group of folks that he works with on a yearly basis. And I had a lot of fun too. It's always great to be around gym owners and martial arts school owners. And it was a lot of fun. But now I'm recovering. So I got back, and so many things happened. I got on the airplane. I had 3 flights to get home, and they were all late because of weather across the states. The conference was in Florida, and I'm in California. And one of my flights was so late, and they were going to hold everybody back to let us run off, those of us who had this quick connection, to run off the airplane. And I forgot my notebook, my journal that I keep all my notes in. It's my to-dos. Oh my gosh, it's this beautiful leather bound, actually it's a composition book with leather binding on it. And it's got everything in it. And I had it in my seat pocket because I was making notes, and then I ran out without it. So I'm feeling extra lost today. All my notes are gone. All my notes from last week, the people I need to reach out to, obligations. I had a meeting this morning. I didn't even know what the meeting was about because I didn't have all my notes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to maybe put a little bit more on my phone, but really there's some things I like about writing. But anyway, so that's enough whining for now, isn't it? A little bit? No, it's not good because I still have more to go. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you, since I don't feel well, I'm going to share with you my top tips, and I'm trying to follow them myself. Every once in a while, I try to follow my own advice. What's up with that? Okay, so my advice to myself, and if this helps you, then please use them. But the number one thing I know I have to do when I don't feel well is I have to get more sleep. That is the time when the body repairs. So I did. I went to bed early the last 2 nights. Last night I didn't sleep that good because my stomach was really upset, but I still forced myself to go back to bed and sleep. So sleeping is awesome. Nice long sleep, going to bed early is important, but then when you feel tired throughout the day, like just taking an opportunity to lay down and take a nap. Today I've been, doing a little bit of work, and then I lay down on my whalebone. Would you like to see my whalebone? I'll show it to you. It's actually pretty cool. This is it. But I call it a whalebone because it kind of looks like a whale, like that. And what I do is I just lay down on this. I'm not going to demonstrate, so don't ask me right now. I lay down with my spine along here and my head over here. And I lay on that, and it just opens up my chest and stretches out everything, as well as really helps with my alignment and my head tilt back, because we all have our head too far forward. So it helps pull that back, and then I can relax on this. I don't quite take a nap on it. I'm not going to lie. It's not that easy to nap on. In fact, it's kind of a little bit painful, all that stretching, but it feels great, especially when you're done. Anyway, so that's my first tip. Sleep. That's what you want to do. Second tip that I want to share with you is drinking lots of fluids. So I'm really doing that today. I've got, some tea going on, never ending tea. And then, I just haven't really felt like eating, but it's still important to keep up nutrition. So I've had some bone broth today. That was yummy. Some really healthy bone broth. And what else did I do today? That's it. Tea and bone broth. And I'm going to try to have some dinner later, see how I feel. But I'm just trying to really up the water, up the fluids, and just sort of get this stuff through me, whatever this is. Got to get rid of it. Okay, but then another thing that is that I recommend, which a lot of people don't agree with, but I'm just going to throw it out there, is to move. I still think, hi Fletchy, you good boy? That's my dog Fletch. He's a good boy. Yes, when he heard me say move, he got up and moved because guess what? That's what dogs do. And he came with me today on a walk. Didn't we go on a nice walk today, Fletchy? Yes, we did. And so even though I wasn't feeling well, I just know that if I keep things moving, it's kind of like the same principle with the liquids, that if I move and just move the energy, just a nice gentle walk, no power anything, no big cardio, just move, that I will feel better. So I know that's controversial and people go, no, just curl up in a fetal position, but you should follow your own intuition. Let me put it that way. But for me, I gotta move. And then my fourth tip is you need to call a friend. Yes, we need support. We need to be supported. And when you call a friend and say, I'm not feeling good today, you get a little chance to whine, and then they put their arm around you, even if it's just over the phone, and let you know that you are loved and it's all okay. I'm telling you, it sounds small and trite, but it's a good one. That's a really, really good tip. And I really suggest it. And hug your dog. That's always good too. Or your kitties, if you have kitties. Anyway, and then the last tip that I want to, this is the one that's hardest for me to work on, okay, is to expect less. That's not a good mantra for me. I was expecting more, but when you don't feel well and you're not up 100%, then expecting less and giving yourself a little bit of a break. I need to just let myself off the hook with some things and just be with what is, which is right now, it's about like toning it down a little bit and recouping so that I can have more strength tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day, and I'm sure I'll feel a lot better by then if I keep all this stuff up. I called a friend, been drinking my fluids, I got lots of sleep. How do you track your sleep, by the way? How much sleep do you really get? Do you know? So I've been really enjoying all the information I've been getting from my Fitbit. Because it tells me how much I sleep. So let's see, what did I do last night just for giggles here? Oh, not bad. I got 9 hours and 9 minutes of sleep and an hour and 33 minutes awake. So that means I was in bed for 10 and a half hours, almost 11 hours last night. Yeah. And what I like about it is it'll actually give you a graph. I don't know if you can see, but a graph as to how much deep sleep I had, how much was spent in REM, which is when you get to dream, and then when I was awake, that's those red spots up there. Because yeah, I did have a gurgly stomach and was up a few times in the night. But anyway, so this shows me how much I really sleep instead of, what I think I sleep. So I would track it if I were you and just notice if you feel any better. Even if you're not feeling sick, you might feel even better, have more energy than if you got just a little bit more sleep. And if you track it, you'll know. Something that, I always tell people that are really into their coffee and their caffeine that they use for a pick-me-up, it's because, why are they tired? It's not a caffeine deficiency, it's maybe a sleep deficiency. or maybe a fluid deficiency or a friend deficiency. All those things we need more of when we're not feeling well. Anyway, I hope you feel fine, that these tips are helpful for you when you don't. And I'm going to go lay on my whalebone for a little bit and decompress after this stressful live video I just did. Thanks, you guys. Take care.